He's very concerned. There's a dog running around playing, and the dog was behind him, and he did not get up. And he didn't come up and smell him. I mean, he was a ways away, but he could sense something was moving fast behind him. He was concerned. He was nervous. I think he feels like he can't act naturally on leash, and he's a bit sensitive in general. He's a bit nervous of new dogs. I definitely think that, but he didn't get up, which was awesome. He was just nervous. This is one of the few instances where I'd be like, good job, buddy. Byron, good job. Yeah, you did good. While he's feeling nervous because he's not getting up. He's a dog that sometimes you got to break your own rules as far as the affection goes. I always say, there it is again. But look, his ears are back. He's concerned. He's not in a reactive mode. Of course, that can switch at any moment, but oh, good boy. Good job, buddy. Byron, good boy. Yeah. Good job. And again, we're just like watching these dogs run by and move through the park. But he's not getting up. So here's the thing. Sometimes you got to break your own rules. And we do sometimes with him. You cannot reassure a dog that is overwhelmed with fireworks or overwhelmed with aggression, you can't pat them on the head and tell them that everything will be okay. But with some dogs, when they have this moment of, you can give them a firm pat, hey buddy, good job, bud. Yeah, good boy. To just help them breathe and relax for a second. Now, if they have any reactivity, if they're shaking all over and panting and you're super freaked out, nervous, you can't do any of that. But when you're in kind of that middle space, and you're hanging, and the dog's not overly concerned, but just concerned, you can almost see them, kind of like humans. You can almost sense them take a breath in and hold it, what was that? And you can just help them let it out by being like, hey, bud, it's okay. And it's got to be tough love. You got to you can't be like, it's okay, baby. You don't want to do that. But you can definitely just be like, hey, bud, buck up. You're fine. It's good. It's all good. Good job. Let's go. Have that kind of coach-like motivational strategy we got going on here with Byron. And give it, you don't pet. You don't do a soft pet. You don't want to do that. But you can give a fingertip scratch on the head. Or you can just pat him on the side. Good job, bud. To just keep it a little bit different. It has a very different emotion attached to it than the flat-handed, petting. But anyway, that's a side note. It just made me think of, the whole, sometimes you break your own rules. We're always like, do not pet, nervous dogs, do not pet. But there are some dogs, and there are a few situations. There are not very many at all. There's very, very few, but they do exist, and it's important to acknowledge that. It's important not to get too stuck on your cookie cutter, this is how it has to be done. It's important to change things up depending on the situation and depending on the dog. So, for those of you out there super stuck with your dogs, watch 10 different trainers do the same thing. You want to teach place command and you're struggling with your dogs, you go on YouTube, type in place command, and you watch 10 different trainers teach place command, and you pull something from all of those trainers until you find out what works for you and your dog. That is how you do it. It's lots of work, but it's worth it. Isn't it, Byron? Byron's a good boy. Look, he didn't even care about me anymore. He's like, you talk to me all the time, and you talk into this phone all the time. But he's definitely just chilling. Good boy.